welcome to my urban garden. It's 9 AM, it already feels like it's 20 degrees. The sun is here, it is absolutely beautiful. So a busy day for me, lots to do in the garden. Let me tell you what I'm doing today. This wall is south facing and is a real underused part of my garden at the moment. The sun rises over here in the morning, works all the way around until it gets to that tree in the late afternoon, and of course in this height of summer the sun's just straight ahead baking this wall. Now I think this is going to be an absolutely brilliant place for my strawberries, but to do that I'm going to have to build a vertical strawberry patch, and I'm going to show you how.
Remember the 3D model I built in my garden from week 5? Well, if not, you can go back and take a look at that. And here's what the garden looks like now that I've built beds 3 and 4. Still waiting for the wood to build beds 5 and 6. And the strawberry patch is going to go on the wall, starting waist height, going up to about head height. This will make it easy to access, make sure it gets lots of sunshine, and we'll use the heat radiated back from the wall during the night.
So I'm using this guttering to PVC. It's about 10 centimeters deep, and you need that really to get you any depth of compost or growing media to put in here. Anything shallower than that and it's going to dry really quickly. So I'm just going to measure this out. I'm going to use about I'm going to use a 2 meter strip, which is about half of what I need from this length.
After sawing the guttering to the length that I need, I'm just putting it against the wall here to see exactly how it will fit, and so I can work out where I'm going to fit my brackets, just to make sure it's at the right height, which this piece is.
So I'm using these brackets, which are recommended for the particular kind of guttering that I've got, and they're just going to go on the wall kind of in a space like that, and I'll have 3 of those which will hold up the guttering. So I'm just going to mark out the spaces. Now I've already had a look, because I want to drill straight into the brick rather than in between, because that will just all kind of crumble. So I'm looking for a solid brick run that will go all the way down, because often bricks are laid so there's to kind of keep out the gaps. So I know I'm already going to be using this row of brick because I want the top of the guttering to sit flush with this row here. I can't go any higher because of the light, so I'm going to measure out this row here. Now I'm going to have the first one at 400 from the door, and the second one almost in the middle but not quite, just going to offset, and last one 400 from the end. And my bracket will go and my bracket will go just flush with the top of the brick, just there, and the hole is just a little bit further down, so I'm just going to line that up, lock that inside, and then just drill my hole straight into there. So that's all the brackets put on, and at the moment the draining is just loosely in there just so I can see how it looks on the wall. So before I plant up in here, what I want to do is make some drainage holes in the bottom so that any time they get watered they'll be free draining, and hopefully the good thing is if these get too wet then that'll drip into here and so on, and then just out the bottom, and eventually have a planter underneath. At the moment there'll be my potatoes, so that will all just conserve water, which is an important thing in my garden.
I'm putting draining holes about every 30 centimetres in this 2 metre stretch, and I'm using a 7mm drill bit to give me a decent sized hole.
Now time to put the drain cover ends on. So they just look like this, and they come with a little piece of plastic. Now the important thing is they have a piece of rubber which sort of secures them, stopping the water from dripping out, and then this cover just goes on sort of like that. That just clips on that end there. Now I've just tried to put one on and these are really quite tight to get onto the pipe, so let's have a go at putting those on. Now I'm going to fill the planter with a mixture of compost. There's about 1/3 manure in here as well, so strawberries will really love that. I'm also going to add some of these water storage granules, probably about half what's recommended on the pack, just to allow the compost here to store more water, because on that wall there they're going to get really sunny and they'll dry out quite quickly, which I don't want to do. And I've got my trough and the strawberry plants, so now I'm just going to mix all this in and put it out into the trough. First variety that I'm growing here are Cambridge Favourite, and I've just bought these plants in pots. Now normally you'd plant strawberry plants about 40 centimetres apart, but because I'm growing them quite intensively here, I'm going to almost halve that. So first of all, just going to make room in the compost and squeeze them out. And the important thing with strawberry plants is the crown bit here. You don't want to get wet because it will start to rot, so you must make sure that's planted above. Now this is about the height that I want them, so just going to squeeze them in and push that down like that, and there we go. I'll do my next one about there. Once you've planted your strawberries, get somebody to give you a hand putting the guttering into the brackets. They can be a little bit flexible. So here David's giving me a hand, and just ease them in, and then go around clicking the brackets into place, making sure that you don't pull them off the wall. Align the guttering to the places that you actually want it, and then gently give the soil a really good watering around the strawberries. It's a good idea not to get it on the wall too much. And here you can see that the holes that I drilled earlier on are actually draining freely. And here we go. Finished product, strawberries, watered, in the before picture and after. Me this week. Thanks for watching. If you're on Twitter, tweet me at Wayne's Urban Garden. You'll see the link in the box below and I'll tweet back. Also, the RHS are doing some really interesting stuff at the moment on vote for your favourite plant of the century. Have a look at the link below and vote for your favourite. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.